Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Today I'm taking you shopping with me as I visit the Sydney Miniatures and Dollhouse Fair. This past Saturday, the 3rd of May, I travelled to Sydney, which is about 1.5 hours away from where I am located, to go to the Miniatures Fair, and I had been looking forward to this since the last time I went last year. We got to the fair at around 11 o'clock and it was already quite busy. I started up the back, of course, with these beautiful, stunning doll houses. I will be taking you through all of them, and I will just leave you with some lovely music so that you can enjoy these stunning creations. At this point, I wanted to pop in briefly to say that I was so excited to see this house again this year. This was built by a man named John, and as I started filming here, he very kindly took off some of the front glass panels for me so that I could get some better videos for you guys. He was just so friendly and so knowledgeable. He made all of this by hand. He actually began with the stairs and built around it. All the little details were so amazing in this particular house, and as you can see, the work that's gone into this, it took him many years. So I just wanted to say thank you to John for letting me take such a in-depth look at his work of art. I also want to say a quick thank you to Adelaide from Adelaide's Miniatures. You can see her work here. She reached out to me and we had a great chat on the phone about how important it is to get the younger generation as well involved in miniatures, and just how therapeutic it can be and how it definitely ties in with all of the wonderful craft things that we do as well. The next lot of miniatures here, I believe, were created using a 3D printer, and I was just really amazed by this collection. It's definitely inspiring me to want to try 3D printing in the future. The next lot of miniatures was created by a really nice man called Bill, who again was really happy to let me take a closer look at his creations. He makes a lot of things out of found creations. As you can see, we've got a milk carton. I believe that's a turkey tin, actually one of the ones that you get at Christmas time. And again, the level of detail and scale in this is amazing. No surprises that the next one was another one of my favorites. It was a little miniature Christmas stand with some vintage looking shiny bright style ornaments and some wrapping paper. I just think this is so adorable. Once I'd finished looking at all the wonderful displays, I moved on to looking at the stalls. The Victorian Dollhouse miniatures was there again, and I did get quite a few things from them. I will be doing an unboxing of the things that I bought at the end of the video, but as you can see, there was some stunning artworks. Now, at this point in my dollhouse journey, I will give you an update on that a little bit later in the video, but I really was only looking for a few things. I wanted some bathroom items and obviously decor items. I don't think you can have too many of those, but I was spoilt for choice. You can even see here they've got some really sweet little vignettes that were very, very inspiring. So again, I'm just going to let you guys enjoy as I browse the amazing displays, and at the end I will share with you what I bought. This little Christmas display case was very, very sweet, and I will have a link in the description to as many of the stalls as I can. I did try and grab a lot of cards while I was at this event, so I will try and link as many as I can in the description below if you are looking for some beautiful miniatures. This final stall here definitely blew me away. This amazing lady called Jane, she actually paints most of these little miniature artworks by hand. I will link her business in the description below, and I did end up grabbing one of her miniature paintings. I just love the idea of having little original artworks in my dollhouse, and as you can see, she is very, very talented. Now let's check out what I grabbed. All of the miniatures were wrapped so beautifully and carefully. I really appreciated that the different stall holders took the time to do that. And unfortunately, I did not catch the business name of the lady who sold me some of these. But again, I will link as many as I can below. I really loved this little, I think maybe it could be almost like a casserole dish or a soup tureen. There was 2 in the pack and they had little florals painted on top. The lid does come off of those. And then I did buy this lovely little stand. I loved that it had the floral detail on the top. I can imagine putting maybe some little miniature fruit on that, perhaps in my kitchen. I also grabbed this other little piece here, and it reminded me a little bit of almost like a crock, could almost be like a honey pot, but given the scale, it's quite large, but I just thought this was very sweet. Again, the lid comes off, so I could even put some little miniature food inside of that one. I did then also grab another stand. This one had some lighter florals on it, and it matches the first ceramic style dishes that I showed you guys. And then I grabbed some plates. This one has some red florals on it and some gold trim. Now each of these were only about $1 or $2 each, which was great. I was able to just sort of rifle through and pick what I wanted. This one here very much reminds me of twirl. I definitely had to grab that one. At the same table, I spotted this really gorgeous fireplace mantle. Now, I am thinking that she was selling on some things as well from different companies. This one does have a label on it, which I'll show you shortly, but I just loved this because I haven't really seen one like this before. And I love that it's got that upper section with the mirror and the shelves. I'll be styling that a little bit later just to give you an idea of how I want to display it in my home. Next, this is that wonderful lady, Jane, who paints her own miniatures, Riverside Craft, I believe her business is called. And I just loved this little house. Looks like it's sitting in the country. Again, I think this is going to be perfect in my home. And I did pay $20 for that. So as you can see, her name is Jane Walker. Very, very talented lady. These next miniatures are from Victorian Dollhouse Miniatures. I bought some things from them last year as well. I got a pack here of some florals. 2 in the pack. I ended up getting, I believe it was 6 for $10, so that was a really good deal. So I did end up grabbing 6 little decor pieces. We've got this stunning urn with some yellow flowers. And then the next thing I'm grabbing is the other one, and this actually has white flowers. So I thought that they would look lovely throughout my little dollhouse. Definitely quite French country in my opinion. And next, I believe I grabbed a hat, and I loved the purple ribbon. I don't know that this is really to scale. I think it's a little bit bigger, but I figure I can have that hanging on a hook on the wall in the dollhouse perhaps. And then next, this was a 2-pack of artworks. Now, I didn't know what was on the artwork behind this one, but again, it has quite like a French style scene. So I decided to open it up for you guys so we can check out what it is. But it's actually a sweet ballerina scene. And these are, I believe, resin pieces. And I just love the detail in the frame. So these will look beautiful hanging in my dollhouse, perhaps above a mantle or above a bed. And the 6th item that I got was this sweet little jug. It has some florals on it and a really sweet little pink rim. So those were the things that I got from the Victorian Dollhouse Miniatures. Next was the Small Pleasures company. Nerida actually does a lot of work with the Miniatures Association. Again, I'll put some information about that below. And I think I bought the most things from her stall. There was just such a huge variety and that was the one that had the Christmas items in the case and the items that came after that. So I grabbed this little watering can first, and I loved the little florals painted on it. As you can see, it was only about $4, and this is actually metal, so it's not plastic, it's metal. I love how it's painted white. It's ready to go. I could even, because it's got the hole in the center, I could even put some little florals in there. I also got this little coal scuttle. I thought it would go perfect with my mantle. Again, this was only about $3, $3.50. Metal again, so really reasonably priced. This will last forever as long as I look after it. And again, these were all wrapped really nicely, really carefully. This next one here is actually a little copper style pot. The lid does come off. Again, I can see this sitting on a kitchen shelf. I also grabbed this little set of fireplace tools. It is the same color as my coal scuttle, so I think that's going to be perfect to go next to my new fireplace mantle, and all of the little tools do move. And again, this is metal and it's very sturdy. Next, I could not resist grabbing this little white wicker style basket. It is, however, metal. I could feel that it was very sturdy, so it's going to last a really long time. I could see this with some little miniature magazines, perhaps sitting beside a wicker couch. I didn't see any wicker style furniture that I liked at this stage, but I'm sure I'll find something. Opening up my next little treasures there, and we have this miniature alarm clock. It was so tiny, as you can see. Having a little bit of trouble almost holding it and showing you guys. Perfect on the bedside table in one of my dollhouse bedrooms. And then I have this really, really sweet silver tea set. Now the little bits and pieces have got blue tack on the bottom of them, holding them to the tray. Just to hold them in place. But as you can see, it's so detailed and just absolutely beautiful. This next piece coming up here, this vintage style gold clock, I think might be my favorite piece. I thought the detail work on this was stunning. And again, perfect on a mantle, on a sideboard. It's definitely, I think, my favorite piece that I found. Just so unique and just beautiful. So that was my little haul from the Miniatures Fair, and I thought I would stage it up just really basically here on my dining table. As you can see, all the little pieces go so beautifully together. I definitely can't wait to get these in my dollhouse. Now, before I move on to an update on that, there is a Australian Miniatures Enthusiast Association, and I will link some information for that below. I've had quite a few people asking me for an update on my dollhouse. I have been slack, I know, but I did get sick not long after I did the only room for this house, so I am a bit behind. So I have only done sort of demo on this and this French country style bedroom. I did do a video on that. I will link that to this video so that you can go and check it out if you haven't. I did over a bedroom, and I also updated a lot of secondhand furniture that I got. But this is as far as I've gotten with this dollhouse. In the meantime, I've also bought another two that I need to work on. I am working on a dedicated space to work on my dollhouses in, so I hope that you can just be patient with me while I get that organized. If you enjoyed today's video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And remember to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. Thanks for watching.